Esther used to say to Jerry, they'd walk off the stage and Jerry would be breathing hard and saying, wow, 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 wow. He couldn't wait to get back to the sleeping room so that he could dig into his notes and begin defining what he had just heard. And Esther would say, I'm glad it was good. To me, it sort of felt like, what are you going to have for lunch? Because when you're up to speed with it, it is so much the next logical step that it doesn't bowl you over in that overwhelming way. And that's why we continue to want to guide you in your understanding that the more you reach for it and find it, the more you reach for it and allow it, the more you reach for it and allow it, the more natural it feels, until the next logical step is just something else. It's like we want you to acknowledge the magnificence of it, but from inside it, where it doesn't feel magnificent but normal. So here's all of this amassing of interesting, delicious, beautiful, intelligent, wanted things. Everything from possessions to ideas to understandings to beingness. In other words, it's all there. This expansive collection of your ideas. It's divine and magnificent. And here you are, letting it in or not, doing a little bit of all of it, but not able to define it because it's been going on for so long and it is so much and it's been added to by others who know it too. So your vortex is huge in relationship to where you stand. Let's just stay there for just a bit. Now, we've been talking to you through endless processes for a long time. But today we're talking about this vibrational grid that is emotionally based, and that if you're selfish enough to care about how you feel, and you're willing to practice good feeling thoughts enough that you got a pretty good habit of it going, then you can click in with the core of who you are. And once you've done that, this huge compilation of all things wanted by you will make their way into your experience in perfect timing. Not an avalanche that would just overwhelm you, but in perfect timing. Every idea in the world not coming to you all at once, just the one that matters right now with this gadget that you're fussing with right now. Every piece of information not coming, every joke you've ever heard not coming to you right now, just the one that applies to this situation that will be most received and appreciated by those who are around you. In other words, bit by bit, the manifestations filling into this grid because they've been collected, but they're coming to you in this pointed now. We've attempted to say that in so many different ways. We said the creative process is 3 steps. Step 1 is you ask, and contrast helps you do that. Step 2 is source answers. That's that vortex gathering. And step 3 is you must find a way of allowing it so that it can manifest in your experience. We're just today wanting you to understand that you can't conceive of all that you've been, and you can't conceive of all that you will be. You can't even, from your physical human perspective, conceive of all that you are. But you can very well be focused in this powerful now, in an attitude of love and appreciation of self and others. And you can achieve a vibrational alignment that will allow, in the precise timing and movement, everything that is necessary and allowable by you in this moment in time to happen, which will make for a really good moment now, and a really good moment now, and a really good moment now, and a really good moment now, sustainable, a really good moment now, and a really good moment now, and a really good moment now. So what are some of the things that we've sort of set aside here? We're asking you to stop measuring yourself against anyone else. We're asking you to acknowledge the wholeness of who you were coming in and all that you've added to it ever since. We're asking you to acknowledge that law of attraction has gathered the cooperative components and that they're standing in the wings ready to move into your experiences at any time. And we're asking you to do one singular thing. Chill out. Find a reason to feel good. Don't use verbiage that makes you feel overwhelmed. Don't make it bigger than you are. Make it in the wings. Make yourself ready. Make it ready for you. Make you ready for it. Acknowledge its loving content. Acknowledge your worthy relationship with it. You don't have to consider what everybody else wants. You only have to consider what you've got in your vortex. And you don't even have to consider what's in your vortex. Now we want you to only consider what you're doing vibrationally with your grid, which lets it in. We've been telling you for a while, you've done enough sifting and sorting, and you've put enough in your vortex to keep yourself busy for 20 or 30 lifetimes. So what's it all about, Abraham? Why am I here? I came, I filled up my vortex. Now what do you want me to do? And we say, we want you to have a good moment right now. We want you to have a good moment right now. We want you to have a good moment right now. What's it for? What is life all about? Well, it's this triad of intentions of freedom and growth and joy. The basis of your life is freedom. The intense desire of your life, the goal of your life is joy. Then everything else just falls right into place. You cannot cease expansion. But you can have all kinds of expansion while you hold yourself away from the joy, you see. And so, for Esther, once Jerry reemerged in the non-physical, it sort of lighted up the trail in a powerful new way for her, because she became aware of things that, even though she'd heard us say it for quite a while, she didn't understand it fully. And that was that Jerry's interest in this work and in you and in this equipment and in this platform and in this forum and in this leading edge conversation did not end with his reemergence into non-physical. It continues, but it continues non-resisted. In other words, it continues. Now his attention to it and his interest in it is as keen as it ever was. It's just absent of any resistance, you see. And so as Esther feels his eagerness about what's taking place in a conversation like this, she can hardly wait. She's getting a transcription of it. Someone is transcribing it word for word, and Esther sits with that transcription and allows everything that Abraham and Jerry are thinking and feeling about it to come through. In other words, and the accentuation of what's going on here in this room will be embellished hundreds and thousands of times fold as she allows their focus to focus upon it again. You see what we're getting at? For us to try to explain to you who you are required that we first let you understand that you are more than you see here in this physical body, that there's another part of you. But in doing that, we sort of split you up more than we wanted to. We made the physical you, we made the inner being you. What we really want is a blending of the two of you. We really want the two vantage points that equal you to be blended together in a powerful moment. And you know when you are reveling in a joyous moment that you've accomplished that, you see. So your only work, once it's in the vortex, is to accomplish a grid that allows it to fill in. Toward what end? That's the question that we want you to ask of yourself and answer. Toward what end? Toward what end? Why do you want the grid to fill in? Why would it be important that the grid fills in? We can only think of one reason. Why is it important that the grid fills in? You might like it. It's the culmination of what you've been putting there. But what trips you up is if you need to see it before you like it, then you hold it off. You got to like it before you see it, and then it will come and show more of itself to you. You got to believe it before you see it, and then it will show itself to you. You must become the vibrational sensor and responder that you were born to be, you see. It may seem odd to you because here you are, manifested versions of that which is us, and we're trying to teach you how to be less manifested so that you can be more manifested. But we're trying to teach you to care less about the manifestation so that you can align with more that you want, so that your manifestations are more of what you do want and less of what you don't want. And what would be the reason for that? You might like it. You're supposed to feel good. Life is supposed to be fun. You didn't say, I'll go make the world a better place because it needs to be a better place. You said, I want in on this game. I want to go have some fun here. I want to apply my mind to that. I want to apply my unique perspective to that. I'd like my ideas to add to that. Why? Does the world need me? No. Somebody else will figure it out if I don't. Then why? Because it's fun to figure it out. It's fun to be interested. It's fun to observe. It's fun to conclude. It's fun to launch rockets. It's fun to be out of whack and then to deliberately get into alignment. It's fun to feel movement. It's fun to feel energy. It's fun to be powerful. It's fun to take the energy that creates worlds and flow it to the specifics of something that matters to me. It's fun to watch universal response. It's fun to attract momentum. It's fun to gather others. It's fun to feel the fullness of who I am. It's fun to revel in the value of others. It's fun. It's really fun to be physically alive. It's fun to be out on the leading edge. It's fun to be a powerful creator. It's fun to know my power. It's fun to know who I am. It's fun to love me. It's fun to love them. It's fun. It's who I am. I can't cease being, so I might as well make it fun.